All right. So this is a redo of What If Izuku Hated Hero Society. As you can see, I've taken down the video. Because it wasn't, that wasn't my best. It wasn't written, so it was just off the dome, and I kept pausing all that other shit. I cursed 19, perfect. But yeah, let's get into this. Y'all are not ready for this. This story is like a banger of bangers. I know, because I just wrote this shit out this morning. All right. As Izuku made his way home, he was so lost in thought that he didn't realize the sewer grate opened right behind him. Coo. What a perfect vessel to hide in, the mysterious amalgamation of substance said. Will there ever be someone to believe in me? Someone to help find my ambition? Someone to... Before Izuku could finish his monologue, he heard a voice. I'll believe in you, kid. Izuku turned around to see a giant wall of sludge hovering over him. I'll believe in you once I make you a skin suit, the being snarled. If he could look closer, he would be able to see a maniacal grin on the boy's face. Protego, Izuku whispered. As the sludge pounced on Izuku, midway in the air he made contact with what felt like a wall of solid wind. What is this? The villain said. I'm tired of acting weak. I'm tired of being underestimated. I'm tired of... Detroit Smash! Before Izuku could even finish his monologue, he heard the oh-so-familiar saying. Suddenly, the wind began to push the sludge against the wall of wind. As the wind pressure began to get more intense, Izuku started to see cracks in his barrier. Damn, this muscle-bound idiot. Both Izuku and the sludge villain thought. Just as the thought came, the shield broke, and the sludge villain was sent splattering across the wall. Izuku fainted under the strain of his barrier breaking. Did I overdo it? The man, known as All Might, thought. Sticking around was his first mistake. Izuku awoke to two blonde bunny ears just hanging in front of his face. He immediately scurried back. Ha ha ha. You did a good job protecting yourself, young man. I have no doubt you will be an excellent hero. Well, I must be off. The sludge villain began to wake. As All Might was about to jump off, he heard the most frightening words of his life. What makes you think I want to be a hero? As All Might turns around, Izuku stares at one of his big shining teeth and whispers, Bombarda. Not bad. I'm making some good time. All of a sudden, All Might felt as if his jaw had been exploded completely off. It wasn't, but his teeth had been blown out of his mouth. I'm talking like a gnarly sight. Just imagine the blood dripping out of his mouth. All Might, blood going. Like, imagine what All For One did to that man All Might. This is worse. He has, like, no front teeth, As All Might recovered, he cocked his fist back, preparing for a punch to defend himself. But Izuku quickly countered with an Incendio, launching All Might to the underneath of the bridge. Don't just assume that I want to follow this hypocritical hero society, Izuku began. How many people did you fail to save? How much false hope have you given to the lowest of the low? Huh? I said answer me! Izuku screamed at the top of his lungs. Imperio! Izuku stated. Now, answer. As All Might tried to fight the sensation, he slowly started to feel all sensation leave his body. He felt like a puppet. I have sacrificed 204 people, all for the greater good. I give people false hope to make sure money keeps flowing in. I let my teacher die so I could get her quirk. Izuku felt disgusted as he listened, but the last part caught his full attention. What do you mean, her quirk? Quirks aren't... What are you talking about? All Might then began to explain. As Izuku listened and a mind-controlled All Might spoke, Izuku's disgust only grew. He began to walk over to the 5 teeth on the ground. What goes around comes around, Izuku stated. Transfer your quirk. All Might did as he was told. Regardless of how much he tried to fight it, he couldn't. These orders were absolute. How could the quirk know that it was against his will? Izuku then... Oh, wait. Yeah. Izuku then stared at the teeth and had an idea. He whispered, Jiminio, and popped a single tooth in his mouth. He pointed his finger at a still ascended All Might and spoke, Goodbye, Mr. Number One Hero. He then screamed, Defendio! The sludge villain looked up from his bottle imprisonment to see a lifeless All Might split in half from his bunny-eared hairstyle all the way to his man bits. The sludge villain was horrified. What fell first was his organs. Then the rest of his two halves fell. As the sludge bottle fell out of the deceased All Might's pocket, all the sludge villain heard before falling back into the sewer was Izuku mutter the word, Fiend Fire. In front of Izuku, All Might's body bursted in an intense blaze of black fire. You may know these flames as Amaterasu. Last page, bro. Last page. It's not even a full page, but you know, it's just a follow-up. Hope you like the story so far. If you do, give it a like, you know. Neither being noticed before their departure, that a cloud of pitch black smoke was viewing all of the transpiring events. Holy shit. The being stated. Master must hear about this at once. All the sludge villain thought of was spreading the word in the villain world of the magician of death that had just utterly destroyed All Might, literally. And all that was on Izuku's mind was what he'd eat for dinner that night. That was literally a 7-minute story. I hope you all enjoyed. Please come back. I'm trying to think of some good what ifs to make some, so please. Hope you enjoyed. Bye bye.